Hello and welcome to the John Garlic Show. I'm John Garlic.
And I'm Lacey.
She's not.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm absolutely not.
Lacey.
Yes. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Now Valentine's Day, isn't that the day where like Cupid comes down the chimney and he leaves like little of those hearts in the socks that you hang by the fireplace?
Yeah.
Isn't that the day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
I think the Easter Bunny's involved, all that good stuff.
The Easter Bunny and Cupid got together and made a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Happy VD Day.
Happy VD Day.
Hot dog. I got you a present because it's Valentine's Day.
You shouldn't have.
I thought, I didn't want you to be without one because I know how Nikki is not paying any attention. So I got you a Disney princess water thing.
Thank you so much.
Isn't
I didn't
nice?
get you anything.
That's okay. You
Thank you.
You came on the show with me. That's more than most other people would do.
Well, thank you very much. I love it.
And look, we got a balloon that says Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, we do.
And we got cupcakes.
Yes.
Because it's Valentine's Day.
John brought the props.
I brought the props.
You're more into Valentine's Day than a girl.
Lucy would agree with you. No. So in the studio tonight, we have Sparky on the cameras. We have Cam on the sound, and Eric somewhere in there directing things. Mm-hmm. And Lucy's in the audience.
Live studio audience.
I love Lucy, our studio audience. Yay!
Yay!
And we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
My relationship advice to my daughters was always very simple. You know what it was?
Don't do it.
Marry well and marry often.
I like that.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
I figured you'd like that.
I do.
Mm-hmm. And we were talking earlier. That was your niece on the phone. Was that who she was?
My cousin.
Your cousin. Your cousin was on the phone.
Shout out JJ.
JJ. And she was talking about how she's 12 years old and dating, which is way too young.
Yep.
Way too young. So I had rules for my kids. I raised my daughters on my own.
What are the rules?
So the rules were this. They weren't allowed to date until they were 16,
Okay.
had a driver's license, and a job. So
Interesting.
I wanted them to have a driver's license so that if something went bad on a date, they had the ability to drive.
They could hightail it out of there.
Correct. So I also wanted them to have a job so that they understood the balance of responsibility, and that job, they had to put gas in the car and pay the uptick on insurance, and after that, whatever money they made, they could spend how they saw fit.
Very well.
And then their boyfriend had to fill out an application to date my daughter.
That's not true.
It is true. It is
Actually, I take that back. I actually
true.
believe you would do that.
It is absolutely true.
Please tell me what the questions were. What was the first question?
Well, I don't remember all of the questions. No, well, so
what?
What is your name?
Name, Sparky.
So here's the deal, and this is how well it worked. Okay, so my oldest daughter, Samantha, she wanted to go out with Eric, who she met at Mata's. They were working at Mata's.
Okay.
And I said, okay, that's fine. He's got a job. Here's the application, and the application had information like name, address, date of birth, kind of car you drive, license number of the car, Social Security number, names and addresses of your parents, where do they work.
Social Security
I know, this is a point to this. Names and address of your parents, where they work, and those kind of information. And so she gave it to him. I said, before I even say yes to a date, I need to get this information back, and then I need to meet him, but not on date night. This is before I even give permission.
Oh gosh,
right?
You have to interview him first.
I do, I have to interview him. He had to understand the rules. So
it's a job interview.
Yeah, absolutely, you're taking my daughter out.
At 16?
Yes.
Like, you think it's that big of a deal at 16?
Things happen at 16.
Yeah, that's true, never mind.
So anyway, she gave the application to Eric, he took it home, and turned it back in with the exception of the Social Security number. And he said, my parents were a little concerned about the Social Security number.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why I put it on there. He talked to his parents about dating my daughter.
Oh, that's smart. You knew that they would.
And they showed common sense by not putting. So very good. I want to meet him. So we sat down.
Tricky.
When I met him, we talked about the rules and how no sex. Samantha's grade's got to be good or she can't go out. Here's the places you're not going to go. If you're going to a movie and the movie gets out at 10 o'clock, you're coming home at 10:15. You're not What's the curfew? There's no curfew. It's the end of the event.
How old was Samantha when she moved out?
She was 18 when she went to college. Now here's the good news. So they went on a date. They dated very well. They were very responsible. I did spot checks. So if they told me they were going to go have dinner at McDonald's and then go to the mall and then go to a movie, on their first date, I went to McDonald's, picked up a burger, waved at him, and said hi.
No, you didn't.
I did, absolutely did. And then they were going to a movie, so I ate my burger and was standing in the movie line waiting for them to get there. They went in. I said the line starts here. And at the end of the movie, I was waiting for them when they got out. I said, I'll see you home at 10 minutes.
Really?
I really did that.
So you practically went on the date.
Practically. I wanted to make sure they knew.
So romantic.
So this is a parent thing. You spot check because they give you a plan. They had to have a plan. So you spot check the plan so that they know you'll spot check it. After that, they didn't know whether I was watching or not. And sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I just drove by to make sure the car was at McDonald's, right? So they never knew where I was and whether I was checking or not. But it's important as a parent that you know what the dating plan is.
Well, yes,
and there's
of
none of
course.
this. There's
Safety
none of this.
reasons.
I'm going to the movies. When the movie gets out, can we go hang out at Oxford Lake? No, absolutely not. There's nothing going on at Oxford Lake that you need to be doing. You come home, right? So that's the way we ran things, and it worked out really well. So the good news is she married Eric.
No way.
Yes, she married Eric. They've been married for how long have they been married, Lucy?
Oh.
Like 15 years or more.
Wow.
Yeah, they've got 4 children.
Okay.
Yeah, so
You didn't scare him away.
I did not scare them away.
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, they live in North Carolina, probably because
Okay,
of
so
that.
yeah, they're scared of you.
But parents have to take a role in that, and kids need
Absolutely.
to have rules, and you need to set standards for your kids so that you know who are they dating, and you sometimes you gotta say no. You just gotta say no, and it's important to do all that stuff. So, what were your rules when you were dating? Mandy, what did Mandy say?
Mom,
Mandy,
can you call in and remind me what those were?
You don't remember?
I mean, they were pretty lenient back then. They got stricter the older I got. It made no sense.
That's because you proved just how dangerous it
no,
was without
I
rules.
was always such a good kid.
Really?
Yes. I mean, they trusted me. I mean,
Did
I
they?
was responsible.
Yeah. Did they spot check you?
No, but I mean, I never lied about anything.
How do they know if they didn't check?
They trusted me.
Trust and verify. That was Ronald Reagan's approach, right? Mandy, I know you trusted it. I know what this is. Mandy and Tim spot checked you when you were on a date. That you just don't know it. Am I right? I'm right. I'm right.
Call in and let us know.
I am right. So we have a phone set up here because we'd like you to call in. If you're watching the show, there's the number 256-831-4624. It's the same number we use for Shop 24. Call in. We've got it mic'd, so please be discreet. Do what?
Family
show. It's a
family show.
It's a family show.
Family show.
So call in and ask us, any kind of relationship question you'd like. Now, I'm a licensed counselor.
I was going to say.
But Lacey is a sure enough dating expert. She has a podcast. What do you call that? Crazy man dating.
I don't have a podcast.
Well, you have something.
I want a I'm
You
probably
have something.
going to.
You have it something. What do you
It's
have?
a TikTok account called
There it is.
Love Bombed Lady. That's the name.
Because
I've been love bombed so many times.
that's it. So, Lacey's got a lot of experience with relationships.
Unfortunately.
And she is in one now, so maybe that's working. I don't know. And
so far.
knock on wood, that's the great way to handle a relationship. Knock on wood.
Yep.
And so we'd like you to call in 256-831-4624 and ask us any question you'd like that's related to Valentine's Day or
just relationships.
or relationships in
red flags, green flags.
We have lots of
anything.
green flags?
Narcissism, all that
mental
all
illness,
that stuff.
all that good stuff.
Yeah, that all goes into
or maybe you want to comment on how the relationships work. Now, so it's ringing. How do we answer that? Speaker?
Speaker.
Hey, you're live on what?
The John Garlic Show.
What did I do? Can you hear me?
Hit speaker.
Hello.
I hit the speaker.
Hi.
Hello, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, I can.
You are live on the John Garlic Show. How exciting is that?
That is very exciting.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Destiny.
Destiny.
Hi,
as in
Destiny.
you are my destiny.
Yeah.
Hi, Destiny. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you all, too.
Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Dothan, Alabama.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Wow. We're famous.
Yes. friends.
So, what is your relationship question or comment?
I feel like with relationships, just being honest and truthful, that'll make it last.
Okay, being honest and truthful will make it last?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So you want your significant other to be absolutely 100% honest with you.
Yes, because I would try my best to do the same.
So, okay, imagine this. You're going out on a date. It's Valentine's Day. You're going out to dinner at a very nice restaurant.
And his ex-girlfriend calls him. Do you want to know about it right then? Because that might ruin your Valentine's Day. Maybe you want to find out the next day. How honest do you want him to be?
Very honest. Like, I would want to know right then.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so what
Give
if
me the phone.
that same night you put on your nice evening dress for the dinner, and you ask him, how do I look? And he says, well, are you really going to wear that? Is that really what you want him to say? Ooh. No. So you don't want him to be brutally honest.
Yeah, not just,
Yeah.
It's kind of.
So guys,
But then again, if he felt sometimes what I really wanted to say.
so the thing to remember,
Things.
yeah. So the thing to remember is guys work with half a brain. Okay, we
They even have that?
barely sometimes. So when you tell us to be brutally honest, yeah, you'll get it, and then it'll either be that or it'll be lies.
Right.
Right? There's no like halfway point. And so okay, either one of you, Destiny, Lacey, have you ever gone out with somebody
Yes.
who just one? No. Have you ever gone out with somebody who you knew had cheated? Actually, they cheated on their girlfriend by going out with you. Have you ever been in that relationship?
No.
No?
No.
Not that I was aware of.
Now, if you were in that relationship, what do guys typically say when that happens? So you get involved in a relationship with a guy who cheated. Lucy knows all about this, right? So you're involved in a relationship with a guy who cheats. And, oh my gosh, this is great. I'm going to fix him. And then he cheats on you. And what does he say then?
I'm sorry.
He'll probably say something crazy like you already know I'm the cheater or something like that.
That's exactly what he says, right?
Yeah.
So I hope neither one of you date people like that.
No.
Yeah, no.
That's good. That's very good. All right. So are you going on a date on Valentine's Day?
No, I'm not.
Really?
I'm already home.
We're her dates.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm so sorry. So, what's your significant other's name?
Oh, no, I don't have one.
Oh, you don't
Good
have
for
one.
you.
Excellent.
Yeah,
That's,
no.
Good for you.
so
You're not having Galentine's Day with like your girlfriends?
Galentine's.
No, we'll do something on the weekend.
There you go.
We all live
Nice.
in different areas, yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, I'm happy for you that you are at home, and you're enjoying yourself, right? You're not sad, drowning your sorrows in ice cream thing,
No, just by calling us.
just by calling us,
by
which is
calling.
fine. Well,
Yes.
thank you for calling in.
Yes,
We
thank
really appreciate it.
you.
We're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll be back. And thank you, Destiny. Have a wonderful evening.
All right, y'all too. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
So 831-4624 is the number. Give us a call. We're going to take a break now. We'll be right back here on The John Garlic Show.
You may not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 23-24 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox. 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upper Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
And we're back. We have on the phone Danny,
Danny.
also from Lower Alabama, LA.
Wow.
Lucy from LA, but not Lower Alabama.
The other one.
So Danny,
Happy Valentine's Day.
yeah,
Thank you.
happy Valentine's Day. So what's your question?
Okay, so my question in regards to the relationship advice, what do you do when you just kind of fall out of love with someone?
Ooh, doctor.
What do you do when you fall out of, have you ever fallen out of love with someone?
Yeah, but I think that feelings are fickle. They are up and down. You can fall in and out of love a million times. I mean, I hear married people say that when you're married, you will fall in love over and over again multiple times because you go through your highs and your lows in relationships. But I also think it depends on how long you've been together, if you're married yet.
Well, so to answer your question, what do you do if you've fallen out of love with somebody? Are you talking about like how do I break up with them, or
do you want to stay in it?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Wow, that's a loaded, response even there, because are there reasons to remain, or do you just walk away because you have fallen out of love?
Did they do something that caused you to fall out of love? Did they change? Or did their true colors finally show? Nobody really changes.
I think that's more of what it is.
Let's dive into that.
Yeah, so that's not necessarily falling out of love as much as violating a trust, right? Or a
That
boundary.
and things feeling unfamiliar and you're just not used to that.
So,
this person.
the short answer is if somebody you're in a relationship with has violated your trust
That's a big
or
deal.
has done something that makes you uncomfortable and causes you to question your affection, then now you can do two things. You can say, all right, let me set this boundary, and if you violate it again, I'm gone. Or if you're not married and this is a relationship that you thought was going one direction, now it's not, it's okay to walk away.
What did he do? That's what we need to know.
Whoa, that's public.
Oh, well,
We'll
okay.
disguise, we didn't tell anyone.
How are we going to disguise
We
that?
didn't tell them the last name. They don't know who she is.
Well,
We're not going to tell anybody.
you don't want to do that. I mean, okay, so did he cheat? That's one thing.
You just got on to me for saying what did he do, and then you take it a step further. Did he cheat?
Right.
Well, most of these
Did
things.
Some people do the voiceover thing, so it's one of those. Wait, how they kind of broadcast it. So it's like, who is that person?
Well, so
If he
he
cheated,
violated a trust or crossed a boundary, right?
Yes.
So if he crossed a boundary, and you think you want to, and the thing about boundaries is you have to communicate them, right? You can't just go, okay, I've got this boundary, but I didn't tell you where it is, and now you've crossed it, so you're gone. No, that's not fair.
And especially with guys, you have to spell it out.
Correct.
Because guys are very literal. You're very literal.
We're
thinking.
working with half a brain. So
If that.
what you do is, say you got a boundary. Let's say it's maybe he smokes cigarettes and you don't like it. Okay, so you're like, I hate it when you smoke cigarettes. So you tell him, you sit down and you have this conversation with him. You say, look, we need to have a conversation, and are you willing to meet with me and just have this conversation? And he'll say, okay, fine, sure. And then there's like a few steps to this conversation. The first step is an I love you statement. So it's like, I love you, period. Not an I love you but an I love you. And then the second statement is an I see statement. So I love you and I see that you like to smoke cigarettes. He'll go, yeah, okay. And then the third statement is an I feel statement. So I love you, I see that you smoke cigarettes, and I feel nauseous every time you do. When you smoke cigarettes, it makes me feel sick, it makes me feel unromantic, I don't want to kiss you. Why do you smoke cigarettes? Okay, so you ask the question not for you to have an argument, not to change your mind, but so that he can legitimately maybe say, well, I smoke cigarettes because I like it, but there's nothing he's going to say that's going to change your mind. So when he's finished talking, so maybe he says, well, I just like cigarettes because I like them. The first word that should come out of your mouth when he's finished is nevertheless. And this is where you set your boundary. You say, nevertheless, if you smoke cigarettes around me, I am not going to kiss you. Or, if you're married, I'm not going to sleep in the same bed with you. And you set that boundary,
Strict.
right? And he'll go, well, so now the argument starts, right? Now he'll say, well, that's not fair. And you don't want to argue about that.
Right.
You don't want to go, well, yes, it is. No, because now you're going, yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. What you say is, you're right. Nevertheless, if you smoke cigarettes, I'm not going to kiss you. And he'll go, well, you're not being fair. And you'll go, you're right. Nevertheless, if you smoke cigarettes, I'm not going to kiss you. And then he'll say, well, you're stupid. You go, you're right. Nevertheless, if you smoke cigarettes, I'm not going to kiss you. Eventually, he'll get it. And if he loves you and cares for you, he'll say, okay, look, if I smoke cigarettes in my car on the way over here, if I brush my teeth and don't smoke while we're out, will you kiss me? And you might go, yeah. And that's how you set boundaries. Now, then, once you set the boundary, you got to follow through, right?
Right.
So if he smokes cigarettes and you kiss him, you've just violated your own boundary. So you got to hold true. You got to say, okay, look, I see you're smoking cigarettes tonight. Well, yeah, so, well, you know I'm not going to kiss you. Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing that. You're right. So you have to set those boundaries. And if he continues to violate those boundaries, now you've got a legitimate question to ask yourself. If this guy doesn't care enough about me to honor my boundaries, right, then why am I with him? Right? Because you deserve somebody who's going to honor your boundaries, hold you to a high standard, uplift you, treat you like an intelligent, capable woman, and help you be all that you can be. That's who you want, is somebody that supports you. Right, Lucy?
And I've got a feeling that this guy did something a little bit worse than
I
smoking
think he
a
did.
cigarette.
And so if he crossed that boundary, dump him.
I was going to say, yeah, because some things...
Say that again so I can do the phone record.
Okay.
What now?
Dump him if he did what we think he did. Dump him.
Dump him.
Because some things, I mean, all relationships have, talking about earlier, the ups and downs, the downs. I mean, we're human. We're going to do things that hurt the other person. Intentionally, unintentionally. If it's intentionally, dump him. But unintentionally, usually. However, some things you just can't come back from.
That's correct.
A lot of things you can, but some things I don't think you can.
Well, I do not a lot, I do some couples counseling, and it's always a violation of trust that brings them in there. And trying to get over that trust is hard. And one of the things we talk about is, okay, was trust violated? Well, yes, it was. Fantastic. Now, I need you to tell me how this man earns your trust back. And if you go, I don't know, then I can't help you.
And also, something else I think that kind of plays into it. Danny, how long have you been together? Are you just dating? Are you engaged, married?
Married.
Oh, okay. See, that makes it a little harder to just leave.
So what I would suggest is that you go to couples
tough.
counseling.
Yeah, that's tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you let a counselor guide you through this stuff. And they should help you set boundaries, and they should talk about this trust thing. And one of the things you should be considering is, how does he earn trust back? If he can, right? And that's the showstopper. If you think he can earn trust back, you need to give him that mission. Here's what you have to do. And that way you know if he doesn't do those things, then okay, it's not working. Right? If you can't find a way, if you're like, I have no way to know how he's going to earn trust back. It's such an egregious error, it's beyond my comprehension. And if that's the case, he's never going to earn trust back, and you might want to consider separation.
Right.
Right. But I would go talk to a counselor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe as a couple and maybe individually, just
Well,
for
this is
yourself
how I do.
as well.
Yeah, so this is how I do couples counseling. The first session, the couple comes in. The next session, I bring one in, and then the other one comes in on a different day, and then the following week, they come back together again. Because there's always individual things to work on.
Right, right.
Well, so, does that help?
Yes. John, Lacey, yes, you have helped me tremendously, and thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
course.
Well, you have a wonderful evening, and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. I hope it
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So,
Bliss.
that's sad.
That is
But
sad.
that's so common, really. It's a common issue. If you're going to
The
break up
thing
with
that we're
somebody,
thinking about.
huh?
That's the common issue. What we're thinking about. The thing that we think.
Well, no,
she's
I
talking
mean
about?
the
What do you mean?
lack of trust, trying to
Oh, well,
rebuild
yeah.
trust. It's a common issue, and it's a common problem. That how do you earn that trust back? And the person whose trust has been
Hard.
violated really has to figure that out.
Yeah.
It's on them.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
truly, if you
everybody's
can't,
different.
yeah, everybody's different. You have your own standards, and you have to set them. So, the interesting thing I was thinking about when talking to Danny was, all right, how do you break up with somebody? So you've dated a lot.
Thanks. Yeah.
What's your
kind of-
favorite, if that's the right word? What is your
Favorite
go-to
least-
breakup strategy?
So, like if I've actually hardly ever broken up with anybody. In my adult life, I've broken up with one person.
How did you do it?
How did I do it?
Yeah.
I told him.
Okay, so what, did you just call him up? Did you call him on the phone and
It
say,
was on the phone.
honey, I'm sorry, it's over, I never want to see you again?
Well, I wasn't. No, I mean, I was crying. I felt really bad, but I mean, he stopped putting in effort for months. I mean, I thought he was pretty much over it too. So,
Okay,
but yeah, it was over the phone.
so over the phone, not through a text message.
That's tacky.
That-
And I
that is
don't.
tacky.
I don't understand the in-person breakups. That just makes things harder for everybody.
Well, that's the way it used to be when
Before phones.
Sparky and I were young.
I thought you were going to say when you and Sparky were dating.
Well, we didn't have cell phones or texting or computers. We had to do that stuff either on the regular phone or in person, which is kind of hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Very hard, especially when you're married.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, we have just a few seconds left, right? 30
Right.
seconds, less than 30 seconds.
Something like that.
So it's Valentine's Day. Next week, we have some guests on next week. Right?
Yay.
That's pretty cool. I think we
I think
should have
so.
guests. And you need to book some guests for us.
I know. I'm trying.
Okay, good.
Waiting to hear back.
I think you know who's next week is? I think it's the museum people.
Animals?
Ooh,
Are animals
We have
coming?
live animals coming. Hang on, let me make sure that's who that is.
We've
next
got
week.
like 10 seconds.
We got 10
Wait,
seconds.
do
It's
that
gonna
after.
Okay, we'll do it after. Tune in next week for the John Garlic Show.
I forgot the title.
I forgot the
You
title
look
of
at
my
me
own
like, what's
show.
the show called?
What are we doing here? Wait, let's do it. The John Garlic Show.
Real quick, I just want to say Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Remember, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. I leave you with that.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.